Dear Soul, today, February 17th, Archangel Michael is sending a powerful message to you. This is an alert you cannot ignore. It is not a message to skim over. It is a call to act right now. If you leave this, you will cry deeply. A future of sorrow awaits if you do not listen today. Your heart must open now. We stand at the threshold of a significant moment. Something powerful is about to unfold in your life. This is not just another day. It is a moment of divine intervention. Archangel Michael, protector of God's people, is speaking to you. His message is filled with both care and warning. It is not meant to scare you. It is meant to protect you. There is a choice before you. That choice will lead either to peace or to pain. Make the wrong choice and you will regret it. You must decide carefully, for what you do next will shape your journey. Archangel Michael is here to help you avoid unnecessary heartache. Why is he speaking to you? Archangel Michael is one of the most powerful angels in heaven. He leads God's armies and fights for his people. But he also brings messages when the time is right. This is one of those moments. This is why Archangel Michael is speaking to you today. God loves you deeply, and he wants to protect you from what's ahead. The choices you face right now carry more weight than you may realize. What's at stake today is far more important than it seems. If you ignore this warning, you will face pain you could have avoided. This is a crucial moment, a crossroads in your life. The direction you choose will affect your emotional well-being. You may be going through a difficult time, filled with confusion or pain. There may be people or situations in your life weighing you down. If you choose the wrong path, your emotional burden will only get heavier. Regret and sorrow will fill your heart. But those tears can be avoided if you make the right choice today. The relationships you hold are also at stake. There may be someone in your life who is not meant to be there. A relationship draining you rather than uplifting you. Letting go now could save you from future heartache. Archangel Michael is urging you to open your eyes to the truth. Don't let your heart lead you down the wrong path. Your spiritual journey is also on the line. Your choices now will determine the strength of your faith. If you stray from God's will, you will face heartache that could have been avoided. Your spiritual well-being is priceless. Ignoring this message will lead to guilt and regret. Are you holding on to something that's pulling you away from God? Your purpose and calling are at risk too. God has given you a unique purpose on this earth. Straying from it will lead to frustration and confusion. Archangel Michael is here to help you stay on track. He is protecting you from losing your way. God has given you the gift of free will. That gift carries responsibility. You have the power to choose the direction of your life. Your decisions today will shape your future. They will either bring you closer to peace or lead you to regret. Archangel Michael is not here to force you into a decision. He is here to show you the consequences of ignoring this moment. If you walk away now, the pain will be far worse than anything you could imagine. Ignoring this message will bring unnecessary heartache. If you stay on the wrong path, your burden will only grow. You will regret not listening to this warning. Without clarity, you could lose your sense of purpose. You may wander away from God's calling on your life. You will feel unfulfilled and confused. Ignoring God's call will bring emotional and spiritual distress. The emptiness of being misaligned with His will be overwhelming. But there is good news. You still have the opportunity to choose peace today. This moment is not the end. It is the beginning of a new chance. You can choose to align with God's will and save yourself from sorrow. Archangel Michael is offering you the chance to turn things around. You can choose to walk away from the wrong relationships, habits, and choices. You can let go of what has been pulling you away from God's plan. If you seek God with all your heart, He will answer you. Archangel Michael is here to guide you back to a place of peace. Listen to His voice today. Don't walk away from this moment. You can still have a future full of blessings if you respond to this message. Here's how you can respond. Pray for clarity. Ask God for wisdom to discern the right choice. Release what's holding you back. Let go of relationships, habits, or fears that are not in line with God's will. Trust that God's protection will guide you. He will provide everything you need. Finally, choose the path of peace and purpose. Trust that the decisions you make today will lead to joy and fulfillment. You are not alone. God is with you. Archangel Michael's message is both a warning and a hope. Today, you are at a crossroads. The decision you make will determine your future. If you align with God's will, you will walk in peace, joy, and purpose. This is not the end. It's a new beginning. Open your heart to God's wisdom. Choose to walk with Him and step into the blessings He has for you. Listen now and make the right choice. Remember, even when the path seems unclear, God's light will guide you. In moments of doubt, when everything feels uncertain, hold on to the truth that God is with you. His light is always shining, even in the darkest of times. When the road ahead appears foggy and you can't see the next step, trust that God's divine guidance will lead you to where you need to go. Take comfort in the fact that you are never alone. No matter what you face, you are surrounded by divine presence. Archangel Michael stands with you, his protection covering you like a shield. Even when you feel isolated or overwhelmed, know that the angels are by your side. Their strength and wisdom are always available to you, ready to help you navigate life's challenges. Archangel Michael's presence is a reminder that you are under divine protection. He is a warrior of God, sent to ensure that no harm comes to you. He is here to help you stand strong, to fight against the darkness, and to keep you safe from the forces that seek to pull you away from God's will. His protection is not just physical, but spiritual, guiding you away from danger and toward the light of truth. This moment, though filled with urgency, is filled with hope. The urgency comes from the divine love and care that surrounds you. It's a call to action, a chance to choose a path that will lead you toward the peace and fulfillment you desire. But the hope is there as well. This is not a moment of fear, but of hope, for you still have the power to change the course of your life. It is a divine opportunity to change your life for the better. This moment is filled with possibilities. Right now, you stand on the edge of transformation. Take a moment to reflect. This is not a time for hesitation. It is a time to step forward in faith. With God's guidance, you can overcome anything. Embrace the power that lies within you. Choose the path of peace and fulfillment today. Step into the life you were always meant to live. The future is in your hands. Choose wisely, and you will see a life filled with peace, purpose, and love. Now take action. Don't wait for tomorrow. The moment is here. You have been given the chance to make a decision that can shift your entire future. This is not just about avoiding regret. It's about embracing the fullness of life that God has planned for you. The pain of regret can be avoided. If you listen to the guidance being offered to you today, the regret of making the wrong choice will never have to be a part of your story. God has given you this moment to choose differently, to make the decision that will spare you unnecessary suffering. Regret comes from choosing a path that leads away from God's will. When you walk in alignment with His purpose, you will find peace and fulfillment, and regret will have no place in your life. The joy and peace you seek can still be yours. You may feel lost, confused, or burdened, but there is hope. The joy you seek, the peace that has eluded you, is within your reach. When you align your choices with God's will, you will experience a peace that surpasses understanding, a joy that fills your heart and overflows into every area of your life. That joy and peace are waiting for you to choose them today. It all depends on the choice you make today. This is the pivotal moment, the turning point. The decisions you make right now will echo through your future. Will you choose the path of peace and fulfillment? Or will you continue down a road of confusion and pain? The power to shape your destiny is in your hands. When you listen to Archangel Michael's call, you are choosing not just to follow a path, but to embrace the peace, joy, and purpose that God has destined for you. Archangel Michael is not just offering you guidance. He is offering you the opportunity to step into the life that God has designed specifically for you. He is here to help you walk in alignment with your purpose, to help you fulfill the divine calling that has been placed on your life. This isn't just about avoiding disaster. It's about stepping into the fullness of your potential. Now is the time to act. Time waits for no one, and this moment will not last forever. If you hesitate, you risk missing the opportunity that God is giving you right now. There is no better time than now to make the right choice. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. This is your time. This moment is sacred. This isn't just any ordinary decision. It's a decision that will impact your entire future. It's sacred because it's a chance to align yourself with God's perfect will. It's sacred because it's a moment when you can choose to walk in the light, to step into the life of purpose, peace, and joy that God has prepared for you. This moment will not come again in the same way. This is your chance to change everything. Make the decision that will bring you peace. Peace is not just the absence of trouble. It's the presence of God's peace within you. It's the peace that comes from knowing you are walking in alignment with His will. It's the peace that comes from trusting that He has a plan for your life, and that plan is good. Choose peace today, and you will experience the freedom that comes with knowing you are living the life you were always meant to live. You have the power to choose today. The power to choose peace, the power to choose joy, the power to choose purpose. God has given you everything you need to make the right decision. You have all the wisdom, strength, and guidance you require at this moment. The Holy Spirit dwells within you, ready to lead you toward the choices that align with God's will. You were never meant to walk this path on your own. You were designed for community with God and His angels to guide and protect you along the way. You already have what you need, whether you realize it or not. Trust that God has equipped you with everything necessary to move forward, to make the right choice. All you have to do is trust Him, listen to His voice, and take that first step. It may feel uncertain. You may not have all the answers or a clear view of the road ahead, but trust in God's plan. Take that first step even when you don't know exactly where it will lead. When you move in faith, He will show you the next step and the next. God is never asking you to walk alone. He is right there with you, and He is leading you toward a future filled with His blessings. Trust Him to carry you when the road is tough, and trust Him to guide your path toward peace. You don't have to do it alone. God has not left you to figure everything out by yourself. Archangel Michael is standing with you, a mighty warrior sent by God to protect and guide you. He is here, right now, by your side. His strength is your strength, and His protection is your shield. Whenever you feel weak, know that He is there, ready to help. You are never alone in your struggles. When you feel lost or uncertain, Archangel Michael is there to light the way, reminding you that you are a child of God and nothing can separate you from His love. And even as Archangel Michael stands with you, know that God is guiding you every step of the way. There is nothing you will face that He hasn't already prepared a way through. Your steps are ordered by Him. When you take a step, God will be there to guide your foot, ensuring that you are walking in His will. This moment is filled with hope, filled with possibility, and filled with divine love. It's a moment of profound opportunity. You stand at the threshold of transformation, ready to make a decision that could change everything. This moment isn't one of despair, but of hope. It's a moment when God is offering you a chance to align yourself with His perfect plan for your life. Hope is not just wishful thinking, it's the certainty that God is faithful to His promises. He will fulfill every good work He has started with you. He is not here to leave you stranded in uncertainty. He is here to bring about the beautiful future He has prepared for you. So, know that there is hope in this decision, no matter how daunting it may seem. This moment is also filled with possibility. You have the ability to make a choice today that will lead to a future beyond your wildest dreams. God has a plan for you, a purpose that only you can fulfill. And right now, this moment holds the possibility to step into that purpose, to step into the fullness of His calling on your life. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Time is a gift, and we are never guaranteed tomorrow. This moment, the one you're experiencing right now, is precious. Don't let fear, doubt, or distractions pull you away from what God is offering you today. Don't hesitate or put off the decision any longer. Make the choice now. Choose wisely. The choices you make today will shape the future you walk into tomorrow. This decision matters. It matters because it will either draw you closer to God or lead you further away. Every step you take in faith leads you to peace, joy, and fulfillment. Every step you take in doubt or disobedience leads you further away from the abundant life God has for you. Choose wisely, knowing that the choice you make now will determine the quality of your tomorrow. Choose peace. Peace is more than the absence of conflict. It's the presence of God's calming spirit. It's the peace that comes when you are aligned with His will, when you know that no matter what happens, He is with you and will protect you. Choose the peace that passes understanding. When you choose God's peace, your heart will be filled with a calm assurance that everything will be okay. You will have peace in your decisions, peace in your circumstances, and peace in your spirit. Choose the path that will bring you closer to God and the purpose He has for your life. God has a purpose for you, an incredible calling that is uniquely yours. You were created for a reason, and God has equipped you with everything you need to fulfill His plan. Every step you take in alignment with His will brings you closer to that purpose. The path to your destiny may not always be easy, but it will be full of the fulfillment that comes when you live in accordance with God's purpose. Every day you spend walking in His will is a day of progress toward your highest calling. God is waiting for you to step into that purpose, to take that leap of faith, and trust that He will carry you. Your future is in your hands. The choices you make today will lay the foundation for the rest of your life. You have the power to shape your destiny. God has given you the gift of free will to choose the path you will walk. This is a powerful gift, one that no one can take away from you. The decisions you make today shape the life you will live tomorrow. Each choice you make is an opportunity to align your life with God's will or to walk away from the life He has prepared for you. No one can make that decision for you. It is a choice only you can make. You are the one who holds the key to your future. And that key lies in the choices you make right now. The life you want to live full of peace, joy, purpose, and fulfillment is within your reach. But you must take hold of it. You must choose it. God has already paved the way for you, and He is offering you the path to walk in His light. But you must decide if you want to follow that path. This is the beauty of the gift of free will. You are not forced to walk a specific path. But remember, with that freedom comes responsibility. You are responsible for choosing the path that will lead you to the future you desire. Your future is in your hands, and it's waiting for you to decide which direction you will take. You have the power to shape your destiny, to create the life you want to live. No matter what has happened in your past, no matter how many mistakes you may have made, you can always choose a new direction. Every new day is a fresh start, a chance to align yourself with God's will and to step into the life He has waiting for you. Will you choose the path of peace and purpose? The path of peace is not a path without challenges or difficulties, but it is a path where God's peace will guide you every step of the way. It is a path where you can trust that no matter what happens, God will work it all out for your good. It's a path where you don't have to fear the unknown because you know that God is with you. Will you choose to walk in God's light? God's light is a light that guides you out of darkness. It is a light that leads you toward truth, toward healing, toward purpose. It is a light that will never fade, never fail. When you walk in God's light, you walk in the fullness of His love and protection. He will lead you to places of peace and fulfillment that you could never imagine on your own. But the choice is yours. Will you step into the light, or will you continue walking in the shadows? You don't have to stay where you are. You don't have to stay stuck in confusion or despair. You have the power to choose a different path. A path that leads to peace, to purpose, to the life God has always intended for you. Make the choice today and step into the life God has waiting for you. The life God has for you is a life of abundance. It is a life filled with peace, joy, fulfillment, and purpose. It is a life where you are free from the burdens of regret, fear, and guilt. God's plans for you are greater than you can imagine. He has designed you with a purpose, and He has a plan for your life that is beyond anything you could dream up for yourself. The future He has for you is far more beautiful, far more rewarding, and far more fulfilling than anything you could ever achieve on your own. He wants to see you flourish. He wants to see you live the life you were always meant to live. He wants to see you walking in His will, fulfilling your purpose, and experiencing the peace and joy that come from walking with Him. God's plans for you are filled with hope, and He is offering you the chance to step into that hope today. This is your moment. This is the moment when you decide what your future will look like. It's not too late to make a change. It's not too late to step out of the darkness and into the light. This is your opportunity to say yes to the life God has prepared for you. You have been given everything you need to make this decision. God has provided all the wisdom, all the strength, and all the guidance you need. He is right there with you, offering His hand, ready to lead you to a future filled with His blessings. So make the decision today. Step forward in faith. Trust in His guidance. Believe that the life He has for you is the life you were always meant to live. Trust that when you walk in God's will, you are walking in the fullness of His love, and nothing will be able to stop you from reaching your destiny. Embrace the future He has laid out for you. It may seem daunting at first, but take the first step and trust that God will lead you every step of the way. The future you desire is waiting for you. It is not some distant dream. It is right here, within your reach, ready for you to step into it. But you must make the choice. You must decide today that you will walk in God's light, that you will choose peace and purpose. It's more than just a word. It's the core of who you are, the reason you wake up each day. God has placed a unique purpose in your life, one that only you can fulfill. You may not always see it clearly, but deep down you know there is something greater waiting for you. It's waiting for you to step into it. It's waiting for you to say yes to the life God has always intended for you. Your future is bright, filled with promise. You are not walking into a future of uncertainty, but a future filled with hope and potential. God's plans for you are far greater than anything you could ever imagine. What He has in store for you is more than you can comprehend at this moment. It's a future filled with abundance, peace, love, joy, and fulfillment. God's plans for you go beyond your own understanding. He sees what you cannot yet see. He knows the depths of your heart and the beauty He has designed for your life. There may be challenges ahead, but in every trial, you will find God's love and strength carrying you. He will never leave you or forsake you. He will walk beside you every step of the way. Even when you feel lost, even when the path seems unclear, God is right there with you, guiding you, protecting you, and providing for you. Your future is waiting. It's waiting for you to make the decision to step into it. God has already prepared the way, but the choice is yours. You must choose to step forward in faith. You must choose to trust Him. Your future is not something that happens by chance. It is something you build with the decisions you make today. Will you step into the life God has for you? Will you say yes to His calling on your life? God has been preparing you for this moment. He has placed everything you need within you to succeed, to thrive, and to fulfill your purpose. You have the ability to create the life you've always dreamed of, one that aligns with His will, one that brings peace and purpose to your heart. The choice is yours. Will you take that first step? Will you trust in God's plan, even when it feels uncertain? Will you choose to walk in His light, trusting that He will carry you through every moment? Step into His peace. God offers you peace that surpasses all understanding. It's not a peace that comes from the absence of trouble, but a peace that is found in knowing God is with you through everything. When you choose His peace, you choose to release your burdens and trust that He will handle every situation. His peace will guard your heart and mind, and no matter what happens, you will find rest in Him. Step into His purpose. Your purpose is more than just a job or a role in life. It's the reason you were created. God has given you gifts, talents, and passions that are meant to serve others and bring glory to Him. When you walk in your purpose, you find fulfillment beyond anything this world can offer. Step into the future He has prepared for you. God's future for you is not one of fear or uncertainty, but one of hope, love, and purpose. He has laid out a path for you to walk, a path that will lead you to blessings and fulfillment beyond your wildest dreams. You may not see the whole picture right now, but trust that God's plan is unfolding exactly as it should. He has already seen the end from the beginning, and He knows exactly where He's taking you. Your destiny is calling. It's calling you to step out of fear and into faith. It's calling you to step out of doubt and into trust. It's calling you to leave behind what no longer serves you and embrace the future God has prepared for you. Your destiny is not something that happens to you by accident. It is something that you have the power to step into. The choice is in your hands. You can choose to stay where you are, or you can choose to step into the life God has always intended for you. This is the moment of decision. This is the moment to choose the life that is waiting for you. The life filled with peace, love, purpose, and joy. Your future is waiting for you to take that first step. Don't wait any longer. Now is the time to move forward. Now is the time to choose the path of peace and purpose. God has given you everything you need to take that step. Everything you need to move forward, to walk in His purpose, and to fulfill the destiny He has planned for you is already within you. The only thing standing between you and the life God has for you is your willingness to take that first step. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have it all figured out. All you need to do is trust Him, listen to His voice, and act. God has already equipped you with the strength, wisdom, and courage you need to move forward. He has placed within you the ability to overcome obstacles and face challenges head-on. He has given you the gifts and talents you need to succeed in the journey ahead. All you have to do is take that step in faith, knowing that He will guide you. You are not alone on this journey. God is with you every step of the way. Even in your moments of uncertainty, doubt, and fear, He is walking beside you, offering you His support and encouragement. When the road feels difficult and the weight of the world is on your shoulders, He is there to carry you through. When you don't know which direction to take, He will lead you with His loving guidance. God's presence is constant and unwavering. He will never leave you, and He will never forsake you. Even when you feel lost or overwhelmed, know that He is right there, holding your hand and showing you the way. He will carry you through every challenge you face. Life is full of challenges. There will be moments when it feels like you can't go on, when it seems impossible to keep moving forward. But even in those moments, God will carry you. When you feel weak, He will be your strength. When you feel afraid, He will be your courage. When you feel hopeless, He will be your hope. There is no challenge too great for God to overcome. He is bigger than any obstacle you will face, and He will not let you fall. He will guide you in every decision. Every decision you make in life has the power to shape your future. But you don't have to make these decisions alone. God is there to guide you in every choice you make. When you don't know which path to take, He will give you wisdom and clarity. When you're unsure about what comes next, He will provide direction. All you have to do is trust His timing, listen to His voice, and follow His lead. He will show you the way, step by step. God will never leave you in the dark. He is the light that guides you through the uncertainty, leading you to the life He has planned for you. And He will always provide what you need. God knows exactly what you need. He knows your desires, your hopes, and your dreams. And He promises to provide everything you need along the way. When you need strength, He will give it to you. When you need peace, He will surround you with it. When you need direction, He will guide you. There is nothing you lack in His presence. He will supply all of your needs, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. You can trust that God will provide exactly what you need at the right time. You don't have to worry or stress about what lies ahead. God has already planned for your every need, and He will never leave you wanting. So take that step. It's time to move forward. It's time to step into the life God has prepared for you. The journey ahead may not always be easy, but it will be worth it. The life God has in store for you is one of peace, joy, and fulfillment. It's a life filled with purpose, and it's waiting for you to embrace it. The first step might feel scary, uncertain, or overwhelming, but remember that God is with you. You don't have to take that step alone. He will walk with you every step of the way, guiding you, supporting you, and carrying you through. Step into the life God has prepared for you. Step into His peace. The peace that only God can give is beyond anything the world offers. It's not a peace that depends on your circumstances or the situation around you. It's a peace that comes from knowing that God is in control, that He is leading you, and that you are safe in His arms. Step into His purpose. You were created with a unique purpose, and it's time for you to walk in it. God has a plan for your life, one that will bring you fulfillment, joy, and satisfaction. When you step into His purpose, you will find the peace and satisfaction you've been searching for. Step into His love. God's love for you is unconditional and unchanging. No matter where you've been, no matter what you've done, He loves you deeply. His love is the foundation for everything in your life. It's the love that will carry you through every challenge and lift you up when you feel weak. You are loved beyond measure, and God's love will never fail you. Your future is bright, filled with promise, and it's waiting for you to take that first step. It's waiting for you to say yes to the life God has prepared for you. It's waiting for you to step into the peace, purpose, and love He has for you. Don't wait any longer. The moment is now. The choice is yours. Will you trust God with your future? It's a question that calls deep within your spirit. A question that asks whether you are willing to surrender your life to His will. God has given you the gift of free will, the ability to make choices. But He also calls you to trust Him with those choices. Trust that He knows what is best for you. Trust that He has a plan for your life, one that will bring you peace, joy, and fulfillment. Trust that even when the road ahead seems unclear or difficult, He is there, guiding your every step. Will you take that first step and follow Him into the life He has waiting for you? Taking that first step can be the hardest part. It's a leap of faith, an act of courage, a decision to move forward even when the future seems uncertain. But it's also the beginning of a journey that will lead to a life of purpose, hope, and blessings. God has a future for you, one that is brighter and more fulfilling than anything you could ever imagine. All you have to do is take that step. He will be with you every step of the way, supporting you, strengthening you, and leading you to the life He has destined for you. Your destiny is calling. Your destiny is not some distant, far-off dream. It is a reality waiting for you to claim it. It is the life God has prepared for you, filled with promise, potential, and purpose. But you must choose to walk toward it. The call of destiny is not something you can ignore. It is a voice that calls to your spirit, urging you to step into the life you were meant to live. God is calling you to trust Him, to let go of fear and doubt, and to take that first step toward the future He has planned for you. The path may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Life is full of challenges, struggles, and obstacles. There will be times when you will face hardships, when the road will feel difficult, and when you will wonder if it's all worth it. But remember this, the journey is worth it. God has not promised a life free from difficulties, but He has promised to walk with you through every challenge. He will give you the strength to overcome every obstacle. He will guide you through the darkest valleys and bring you into the light. The difficulties you face will refine you, strengthen you, and prepare you for the future God has planned for you. Every trial is an opportunity for growth, and with each step forward, you will become more aligned with God's purpose for your life. Though the path may be hard at times, it will always lead to the destination that God has prepared for you. A life of peace, fulfillment, and joy. God is with you. This is the assurance you can hold on to as you move forward in faith. God is not a distant figure watching from afar. He is right here, walking with you, guiding you, and strengthening you. When you take that first step, you are not walking alone. You are walking with God, and He is walking beside you every step of the way. When you are uncertain, He will give you clarity. When you are weak, He will be your strength. When you are afraid, He will be your courage. When you are lost, He will be your guide. You can trust that God is with you in every moment, and He will never leave you. His presence is constant, His love is unchanging, and His guidance is always available. He is guiding you. God's guidance is not always obvious or immediate. Sometimes, His voice is gentle, speaking quietly in your heart. Other times, it's a clear, undeniable direction that you can't ignore. But whether His guidance comes as a whisper or a shout, it is always there. When you take that step of faith, you can be confident that God is guiding you. He is showing you the way, leading you to the life He has prepared for you. You may not always understand the path, but you can trust that God does. He knows the end from the beginning, and He will lead you exactly where you need to go. Trust that His guidance is always for your good, and that He will never lead you astray. He is providing for you. God is a provider. He has promised to supply all your needs according to His riches and glory. When you step into the life He has prepared for you, He will provide everything you need, whether it's strength, wisdom, resources, or encouragement. You don't have to worry about how things will unfold or how you will manage the challenges ahead. God will provide for you every step of the way. He will provide what you need when you need it, and He will never leave you in lack. You are His child, and He cares for you deeply. As you trust Him with your future, you can trust that He will provide all that is necessary to fulfill His plan for your life. And He is calling you to step into the future He has planned for you. God's calling is not a distant hope, it is a present reality. He is calling you right now to step into the future He has prepared for you. He has a plan, a purpose, and a destiny for your life, and it is waiting for you to walk in it. You don't have to figure it all out before you begin. You just have to take that first step, trusting that God will lead you. As you follow Him, He will reveal more and more of His plan, and you will see how He is working in your life in ways that you never could have imagined. The future He has for you is bright, filled with promise and hope, but it requires your response. Will you answer the call? Will you trust God with your future? This is not just a question, but an invitation, a call to move beyond your doubts, fears, and uncertainties, and trust in the One who created you with purpose. It's an invitation to place your life, your hopes, your desires, and your fears into the hands of the One who holds the universe in His palm. When you trust God with your future, you are surrendering control over things you cannot change, but you are also stepping into a future that is crafted by the Creator, a future filled with peace, joy, and fulfillment. Will you take that first step into the life He has waiting for you? Taking that first step can often be the hardest part of any journey. It's easy to remain where you are, to stay within the confines of what you know, even if what you know doesn't bring you peace. The unknown is a scary place filled with questions and doubts. Yet the moment you decide to take that first step, something powerful happens. You move from the realm of fear to the realm of faith. You move from trusting in yourself and your limited understanding to trusting in the infinite wisdom and love of God. The decision is yours. No one else can make it for you. The power lies in your hands. You have the ability to choose where your life goes from here. You have the freedom to choose whether you will continue walking down the same path or if you will take a step into something new, into something greater. The life that God has planned for you is waiting, and it is far greater than anything you could create on your own. Will you trust Him enough to take that step? You can continue down the path you've been walking, or you can step into the life God has planned for you. Sometimes, the path we've been walking seems familiar, comfortable even, but it can also lead to frustration, emptiness, and a sense that something is missing. When you stay on that path, you may find yourself stuck, unable to move forward. But when you choose to step into the life God has prepared for you, you open yourself to new possibilities, new opportunities, and a new purpose. The journey may be uncertain, but it will be a journey with meaning, a journey that leads to fulfillment. You have the choice to stay where you are or step into a future full of promise and hope. The journey may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. This truth can be hard to accept. We often want the path to be easy, smooth, and without obstacles. We want to avoid pain, struggle, and discomfort. But the reality is, life's greatest rewards often come after the greatest struggles. The path God has for you may not always be easy, but it is always worth it. Every challenge you face will strengthen your faith, deepen your character, and shape you into the person God has created you to be. As you walk with Him, He will give you the strength to overcome every difficulty and the wisdom to navigate each challenge. The future God has for you is filled with peace, joy, and purpose. This is God's promise to you, that the life He has for you is one of fulfillment, purpose, and joy. It may not look the way you expect or follow the trajectory you've planned, but it will be a life that is true to who you are. A life filled with His peace, His presence, and His purpose. God does not call you to a life of emptiness or confusion. He calls you to a life where you find your true identity in Him, where your desires align with His, and where you experience the deep peace that comes from knowing you are exactly where you are meant to be. Will you step into it? Stepping into the life God has for you means taking that first step into faith, into trust, into surrender. It means letting go of your fears and allowing God to lead you where He knows you need to go. It means trusting that He sees the bigger picture, even when you can only see a small part of it. Will you step into the life He has for you, or will you continue to hold on to the past? Will you let go of what is comfortable and step forward into the unknown, trusting that God will guide you every step of the way? Will you trust Him, listen to His voice, and take that first step toward the future He has prepared for you? God is speaking to you even now, inviting you to trust Him with your future. He is calling you to step out of your comfort zone, to step out of the familiar, and into the abundant life He has promised. He is calling you to listen to His voice above the noise of the world, to hear the call of destiny that beckons you forward. When you choose to trust Him and listen to His voice, you align yourself with His perfect plan. You may not know all the details, but you can trust that His plan is good, and He will lead you where you need to go. Your destiny is calling. Your destiny is not a vague, far-off dream. It is real, it is now, and it is waiting for you to answer. God has a plan for your life, a purpose that is uniquely yours. Your destiny is calling to you from the future, urging you to step into it with courage and faith. The only thing standing between you and your destiny is the decision to trust God, to take that first step. Are you ready to answer the call? Answer the call. When you answer the call to step into the life God has for you, you are answering the call to a life of meaning, a life of impact, a life of eternal value. You are answering the call to be a part of something bigger than yourself, to make a difference in the world, and to live a life that glorifies God. The moment you say yes to God's plan, you open the door to a future filled with blessings, purpose, and peace. Answer the call, and you will experience the fullness of the life God has prepared for you. The life you've been waiting for is waiting for you to take that first step. The life God has planned for you is not something you need to wait for. It's already waiting for you, ready to unfold as soon as you take that first step. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. That step may be small, but it is the beginning of something extraordinary. The life you've been waiting for, the life of peace, joy, and purpose, is waiting for you to embrace it. Will you take that step? Will you trust God with your future? Will you walk in faith, knowing that the life He has for you is beyond anything you can imagine? Take that first step today, and the rest of your journey will follow.